all that's going down tonight. It's a lot of goodbyes here tonight. But then I saw the sky and that I like. Hair from Cali, I live in the valley. Then you look sexy.
Yo, it's official. Like a referee with a whistle. So like and share the video and all that good stuff. And we're going to take, we're going to do like we always do. Alabama in the house. What's going down, man? Like, share the video and all that good stuff, man. And we're going to talk about some stuff that I don't usually talk about. At least not on here anyway. I usually talk about a lot of stuff that I wouldn't normally talk about on my Patreon. You know what I'm saying? That, because over there I can say what I want to say in audio, and I don't have to worry about being filtered and stuff. You dig? But there's a lot of things that happen in real life that a lot of people don't talk about or probably can't talk about because they just never probably had the experience before. Paul X, what up? San Francisco, the Bay Area in the house. What up? It's been a minute. Yeah, a lot of people can't really talk about a lot of stuff online because they haven't lived long enough to have the experience. That's what it really boils down to. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not knocking nobody. When I was, if you're 25 years old, how much experience do you really have? So how much life experience do you really have? So I don't knock anybody. I don't knock. When I hear a 22-year-old talking about what he's experienced, talking about what he thinks, I don't say he's wrong. I say he's just a young man. That's all. He's just a 22-year-old guy. And he's telling it from his point of view, based on his experience, based on his beliefs. And that's okay. You know what I'm saying? That's okay. I was a 22-year-old too at some point. But the difference between me and a lot of 22-year-olds is when I was 22 years old, I know I didn't know shit. I know I didn't know. I knew a lot of stuff in my early 20s. I knew that I did not know. The stuff that a lot of stuff that I was experiencing in the early 20s, I knew that other guys weren't having the same experience. That's the difference between me and other 22-year-olds when I was growing up. And I didn't have nobody to really talk to that was my age about some of the stuff that was happening. So, and I wasn't arrogant. I was just trying to figure things out. I was like, yo, why is this happening to me? and not many other guys, at least not the guys that I knew at the time. I was like the top dog, so to speak. Now, I didn't look at myself like that, because I don't like attention like that. I'd rather be behind the scenes and let everybody else get all the attention. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not the type of guy that like to flash and get a lot of attention and brag and boast. Nah, that's not me. You know what I'm saying? So, there's a lot of stuff I've accomplished in my life I never talk about it because it's like I just expect certain things to happen, but that don't mean I gotta tell everybody about it. That's not me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you find out, you find out, but I don't boast and brag. That's just not me at all. Never have, never will. You know what I'm saying? So, when the funny thing is when you start meeting when I started meeting a lot of different people, a lot of different women, I realized that most women have different relationships with every guy they come in contact with, and it doesn't matter what type of girl you might think she is, from the host stroll, from the chick from the host stroll to the chick in the Ivy League college. You know what I'm saying? They don't treat every guy the same. No guy gets treated the same. No guy gets talked to the same. You know what I'm saying? Now, I kind of have a problem with that because a lot of women will say, if you ask them, "Hey, can you be submissive?" They'll say something like, "For the right one, yeah." But I tell a lot of women it don't really work like that. You got to be a work in progress. You got to be who you are. You got to practice what you preach. You can't just, it's hard to program yourself to be one way most of the time, but another way a little bit of the time, or only when you meet that right dude. It's hard to keep that going. It's kind of like a drug addict that use drugs every other weekend, or damn near every weekend. But when they meet the right guy, she got to try to get off the dope. It don't work that way. She gonna relapse. It don't work like that. It's all programming, positive or negative, and we're creatures of habit. You know what I'm saying? You can't. It just don't unless you're a fucking robot. You know what I'm saying? But for the rest of us, we're creatures of habit. You know what I'm saying? And my dad used to tell me, you get what you catch, and who you are at any given moment. That's gonna be the quality of people you attract. That's just what it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? So it pays for you to be the best you can be at any given time, regardless of how you feel. You know what I'm saying? It pays to be the best because if you have bad energy, well, you're gonna get what you're gonna get. You're probably not gonna meet no one in passing that's very positive at that moment. If you have bad energy, or if you still got some work to do on yourself, you know what I'm saying? And in this day and time, a lot of men and women, they're confused about everything. They don't know their role in a relationship. You got guys don't know what a woman is, what a woman should be. And you got women don't know what a guy is or what the role should be. You know, so it's just, I mean, who would ever think that if you ask a woman what's a man, or if you ask a man what's a woman, who would ever think you would even have to think about that type of shit? That's how confused things have gotten in North America. There's no true definition of a man or a woman. I mean, it's who would ever think you would even be thinking of some shit like that? I know I didn't. You know what I'm saying? I know. Certain things that I see and hear today, I'm like, why is this even a topic of discussion? I mean, I would think this would be obvious, but to a lot of people, it's not, and that's where we are today. You know what I'm saying? But in my mind, how I was raised, and of course, this depends on the guy. Now, I would say a lot of women that you see online and a lot of these celebrities, that's kind of a fantasy world. The Sierra and Russell Wilson, that's like the hood rat fantasy, the hood rat dream with Sierra, where the girl has one or two kids. She has her fun throughout all her 20s, jumping from guy to guy. And she's in her early 30s, and now she meets some guy and she gets married, and the guy accepts the kids from out of wedlock or whatever, and they get married and have two more kids. That's like the hood rat fantasy with Sierra and Russell Wilson. That scenario is rare. It's rare, out in society. You can't use Sierra as the example. That ain't gonna work for most women. And then you talk about Kim Kardashian. Well, that's not a good example either. And look at, and then she's crying. She want Kanye back, so she failed. She failed. You know, you might, oh, she got money. Well, look, money only go but so far. The bitch got money, but she ain't happy. So what? That ain't nothing to brag about. You know what I'm saying? The bitch got money, but she can't catch. Every guy comes in and fucking leave. So that ain't really nothing to brag for a woman. That's what's something to brag about is if the guy puts a ring on your finger. That's something to brag about. You bragging just because you got proposed twice, and you can get random guys to look at you or the young boys to look at you if you're an older woman. Who cares? That's like applying for a job and you get 2 interviews, but you turn down the job. I mean, that's bullshit. You know? Yeah, But a lot of women try to duplicate the Kim Kardashian method. That's what I call it. And Sierra, and then you got that other big girl. What's that big whale? What's her goddamn name? Yeah, help me out. What's that damn big ass whale girl? Big like a goddamn whale. She's a singer. Like they making fun of her. They're exploiting her. She knows she's being exploited at this point. But she kind of got to go along, get along, and she's getting sued by the dancers now, by her dancers. You know, so yeah, Lizzo. Yeah, they're making a fool of Lizzo now. She being sued by her dancers and all that shit. So, and it ain't nothing cool about that shit. She don't got nothing to brag about. And ain't nobody trying to wife her up. Ain't nobody fucking with Lizzo like that. She's too goddamn big. You know what I'm saying? And woman power. Woman power what? What is she doing that's so empowering? They're making a fool of her. That's what they doing. And now she's gonna crash and burn. and she's probably gonna have to lose weight and come back and you know come back with some probably rebrand herself in some other and just get into something else. It could be music, but she's gonna have to do something new. Because she's the Titanic is coming for her. That's what I see. I see where this shit is going. I mean, how many dancers have been sued by Beyonce? I didn't hear anything. I don't hear Beyonce dancers suing her. You know what I'm saying? Now, did we have problems, inside problems? Probably so. It ain't nothing perfect, but I don't hear Beyonce having a problem with her dances, or But these other women that they keep talking about all the time, they have problems all the time. You know what I noticed? The women that have men don't complain. They don't really have anything to complain about. That's what I noticed over the years. The only women that complain are the ones that can't keep a man and can't get a man. That's usually how it go. The women that have men, they don't complain, because things are going well for them. But the woman's role, depending on the guy, I'm going to use myself as an example. A woman's role is a woman should be like a breath of fresh air. You know what I'm saying? And don't tell me about no cooking and cleaning and all that shit. Bro, that's a given, bro. I mean, just because a woman cooked for you, hell, she's going to eat anyway. She's going to eat regardless. So cooking food is not a big deal to me. You know what I'm saying? A woman should be like a breath of fresh air. I can come home and chill, relax, talk if she wants to, or if I want to, and we like find ways to get the bag together, like Barney and Clyde type of shit, and see if you're a guy like that's trying to get to the bag, that's trying to pass something down to your kids or whatever. Let's say you have a corporate job. If you're trying to get promoted, trying to go up that corporate ladder, if you're not married, it's probably not going to happen. It's going to be very difficult for you to go up the corporate ladder if you're not married. And if you are married, your wife has to be likable to the people that you work with. And this goes for business too. Because a lot of times, there's rules and then there's unwritten rules. Like in business, for example, I've noticed that, and this was when I was in my 20s, I've noticed that a lot of guys, from time to time, have their wife around. They'll have events and they strategically bring their wives around and let them mingle with the wives of the other guys. And I kind of picked up on this over time. At first, I didn't really think anything of it. I was like, oh, I guess they just coming just to hang out or whatever. No, they coming to hang out. But this is really how people build rapport and do deals together. This is how deals get made. And this is how you get to the money. This is how you move up the ladder, so to speak. This is how you open doors. Because look, this is a team sport out here. Nobody's doing anything by themselves out here. Nobody's doing it. You know, this you can do well as a single guy, but there's a glass ceiling. And I talked about this before. There's like a glass ceiling. You're only gonna go but so far if you're single. There's benefits that comes with having a woman on your side, especially if she's eye candy. There's benefit that comes with having a wife or a living girlfriend, whatever. There's a lot of benefits come with that, and most guys don't talk about it because they don't know. It's not just about hanging out at the club all the time or going out of town all the time with your girl. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be all about that anyway. But sometimes a woman can do more subtle things than a guy would be able to do if you got the right woman on your side. I've seen some shit happen, and I'm like, damn, okay, yeah, that's how. Okay, I get it. It's just people tend to warm up towards women in almost any social situation. This is why you have probably more women in sales situations. There's starting to be more and more women in sales situations today than ever before. It's like you got a lot of realtors, like a lot of real estate agents. A lot of them are women. A lot of them are women. A large percent. I don't know the numbers, but there's a lot of real estate agents that are women. Then you have companies like the pharmaceutical companies. Most of their reps are women because they know most people are going to warm up to the women and they're going to get the deal. They're going to close the deal. You know what I'm saying? They understand that. Somebody in those companies, pharmaceutical companies, understand that. And the same thing goes when it comes to you having a woman on your side. That woman has to be down. She has to see the big picture. She has to respect your leadership. Y'all have to be on the same page. It can't be no goddamn independent bullshit way of thinking. This ain't about no independence. and just because she got a job, that job ain't shit. Them people at that job don't care about you. Just because I don't care how much money you make. The people at the job will let your ass go as soon as they got to cut some budgets or save some money. You out of there. And they won't think anything of it either. And, a lot of women, they make decent money today or whatever. But a lot of them are not happy. Women are more dishappy today than ever. And a lot of women are getting sick. Can't even make it to 40 without getting sick. They popping pills. They got some medical problem. They catching cervix cancer. Women are popping pills like crazy, going through all kind of shit to work these damn jobs. So they're not happy. Even if she's a boss babe, these bitches ain't happy, man. Don't fall for that nonsense. They just doing that to save, save face, just to, hey, wear the mask. That's all that shit is, man. That's just talk. That's all it is. A lot of these women are self-destructing, like big time out here, man. But it's a team sport out here, man. You can't pass the job down. I told a woman the other day, you can't pass down a job to your kids. You can't pass a job down to your kids, man. You can work that job 20, 30 years and die, and shit, that's it. You gone. And your kids gonna be here probably doing the same shit you was doing, working a job. You gotta build something and be able to pass it down. Assets, resources. Otherwise, your kid's gonna be in the same position you was in or worse. And if that happens, you failed your kids. You'd be considered, in my opinion, a failure as a parent if your kids don't have a leg up in society. You know what I'm saying? Like, your kids shouldn't have to worry about going to college, where the money gonna come from. You had 18 years to figure that shit out before they went to college. You could have started a trust fund. You had 18 years to figure that shit out. But no, you were too distracted. You got to look at football every Sunday. You got to look at basketball. You got to look at baseball. You look at all the damn sports. Boxing, all of them. You're too distracted. You're all over the place. You didn't invest no money. Even a little bit of money you was getting after you're done paying all your bills, you didn't even try to put that little bit of money into anything. You're just having a good time, drinking, smoking, and getting high for 18 years. And when the kid turned 18, what he got to do? He like, well, I don't know where I guess I'm going to go to college. I guess I'll go in the military. And the cycle repeats itself. He ain't got no money. He got to take out student loans and all that bullshit. You and your wife, you're always having a good time, or you and your baby mama, you're always having a good time, and y'all really failed the kids. And you be like, oh, we did the best we can. No, you didn't. You didn't do the best you could. You didn't. You had 18 years. And look, you're going to have to take chances if you want to get ahead in life. Smart chances. I'm not saying you can be dumb. To get ahead, you're going to have to take some chances. You can't be safe all the time. Can't be safe. You can't play it safe all the time. Every once in a while, you have to take a chance. Sometimes you have to just try. Even if no one believes in you, you're going to have to try. And your woman, 9 times out of 10, your woman believes in playing it safe too, because that's just who they are. That's who she is. She can't help it. Being aggressive for the average woman is dangerous. So if you tell a woman, hey, I'm going to try to put money in this, whatever it is, I could lose it all too, but we ain't going to broke the bank. We ain't going to be homeless. I might have to work overtime if things don't go as planned, but I'm going to take a chance and put some money in this. She might say, no, that's too much money. I don't know. She might say something like that. That's normal. But if it works out, then what? You know what I'm saying? If it works out, you have more money to invest in something else. And then she'll be happy. You know, that's usually how it go. And then she'll be less stressed. 9 times out of 10. And then you'll be less stressed. If you don't get the money thing handled, if you got to struggle to pay the bills, it's hard to be creative and think about all the possibilities and all that stuff. It's hard to move if you got to struggle, based on my experience. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's always going to be challenges, regardless of how much money you have. Don't get it twisted. But if you're struggling, it's going to be hard to do anything. It's going to be hard to focus on anything outside of work or outside of the regular routine. You know what I'm saying? Because you stress all the time. If you stress, that takes away creativity. That takes away. It's hard to focus and think about anything when you stress like that. When you don't have what you need, people become very scandalous. Most people. Because they don't have the discipline. Most people don't have the discipline like that. You know what I'm saying? I do, but most people don't. That's why you see a lot of people out here scamming and trying to rip people off all the damn time, because they don't have what they need. And they done made so many bad decisions. Shit, by the time you meet them, even if they like you, they feel like they still got to rip you off. You know what I'm saying? Because they had made too many bad decisions, and it's like they ain't really trying to get close to nobody. They're just trying to get it how they live. It sounds fucked up, but there's a lot of people out here that's like that. And it's your job to pick up on that so you won't become their next victim. You know what I'm saying? This is why anybody that you meet, you got to screen them and get to know them. See if they're legit. You know, and it's not that difficult to see if someone's legit at all. It just takes time, and if you stay around them long enough and listen to your instincts. Listen to your instincts. And I'm never wrong. 99% I'm right when it comes to my instincts. 99% of the time. And every time I go against my instincts, I get burned. Every time. Because I ignored it. I knew he or she, something wasn't right about them. But I went along with it anyway. And I got burned. You know, but now I don't do that. I listen to my instincts. If something ain't right, I leave. I don't do it. I don't go forward. I say no. And it works out for me every time. Every time. You know what I'm saying? And you got to do this with women that you meet as well. Because most of the women that you meet, once you get past the flesh, unfortunately, it ain't really too much left. Once you get past the flesh. See, a lot of these women, they focus on the outside, but forget about the inside. That's the thing. A lot of women, they play a lot of women, they clean up well. I have to admit. A lot of them might be overweight, but a lot of them, they clean up well. They look good, smell good. Well, hold up now. Let me back up a little bit. A lot of them have hygiene problems. That's another thing that I've experienced. And this is not. I'm not talking about hood chicks. It's everything across the board. Every woman across the board. I pretty much met every type of woman you could probably think of. And a lot of these women today, I'm telling you, they have hygiene problems. I don't know if they don't know. I think a lot of them don't know or can't smell themselves. I don't know what the heck going on, man. But when I walk around, when I go to the store, Walmart, Target, whatever, I smell women. A lot of them don't smell good. A lot of people in general just don't smell good. So I'm like, what's up? People can't smell themselves? What's up with that, man? I don't understand that shit. Maybe it's just me, man. I smell myself all the time. Before I walk outside, I want to smell good. I don't want to be stinking. I don't know. It's weird, man. It's the weirdest shit. Really. I can't stand a nasty bitch. House nasty. And my grandmother used to tell me if her body's if the house nasty, her body's nasty. And turns out that's true. Based on my experience. If the house nasty, her body's nasty. Turns out that's true, man. Based on my experience. So you want a woman that look good, smell good, talk good. If she got charm and charisma, great. That's a bonus. But she should be a very sociable person, likable person, someone that could relate to other people, other women, especially. You know what I'm saying? Because your woman is a reflection of you, whether you like it or not. If she stay around you long enough, she's gonna start to pick up on some stuff that you do. And that's going to other people, other couples, they're going to pick up on that. You know what I'm saying? Now, if by any chance your woman starts to rebel or she want to do her own thing, well, you're going to have to let that bitch go. Because she ain't your woman. If that's the case, she's somebody else's woman. She belongs to the streets, belongs to somebody else. Because if your woman ain't submissive to you, she ain't your woman. She belongs to somebody else. So you're going to have to make plans to get rid of her ass. That's what it is. The man, look, this is a man's world. This is a man's world. I know a lot of women have a problem with that. A lot of women think just because they have a good paying job, that there's some such thing as some girl power. No. Everything a woman has is based on they've been allowed to have because of a man. And a job don't mean much. A job, you can't pass the job down. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem with a job. You can't pass the job down. So why are you bragging about your job? I don't understand that shit. I just don't understand that. And you have a lot of guys that buy into that shit. They'll sit and listen to a woman talk about how educated she is and how much money she make and she's the boss bitch. And somehow she's better than the man just because the guy make 50,000, she makes 75,000. Well, the guy that makes 50,000 probably owns some shit. And he can pass that shit down to his kids. If you get fired next week, you're done. You have nothing to pass down. Your income is over. Your income shuts off. You have one check in the hole and that's it. So I don't understand. A lot of guys buy into that bullshit. You know, they buy, oh, I want a woman that can cook and clean and give me good sex. Yo, look, sex ain't nothing. Look, sex is a given. That's like icing on the cake. It's nothing special about getting laid. Unless she's, I don't know, she got some specialized skills in the sack or some shit like that. But look, sex, food, cleaning the house, taking care of kids, that's a given. That's what you're supposed to do. Or there's another one too. I gave him some money. Well, bitch, that's what you're supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to give me some money. Look, if you're around somebody, if that's your friend or you're in a relationship with somebody and you see that you can help in some type of way, you're supposed to help out. What type of friendship you have where you feel like you can hang around people all day long and when they need some help and some support, you sit back on the sideline and don't do shit? What type of bullshit friendship you got? You have people out here where they call, they say they got friends, right? But they don't do a damn thing when they friend needs some help and some support. They don't do a goddamn thing. They stand on the sideline and be like, well, I ain't got it. I can't do it. That ain't no damn friendship. That ain't no damn friendship. You know what that's like? That's like people that claim they love their country, but they haven't done shit for their country. They ain't served their country. They ain't ran for office. They ain't done shit. But they say they love their country. No, they don't. That's bullshit. They ain't done shit. And people do the same thing in their relationship. They got things that they would do and wouldn't do. That ain't commitment, man. That shit don't work like that. You can't be with a woman that she want to do what she want to do when she feel like it. No, man. What kind of marriage? What kind of marriage or relationship is that, man? Nah, you don't get to pick and choose what you want to do when you feel like it. No, that bitch, you got to get rid of that bitch. She ain't down with you. Maybe she's down with a lifestyle or people. She like being around you because of the people that you might know, or she realized that there's a lot of people around you that like you, but that bitch ain't down with you like that. She's just along just for the ride. If the train stops moving, she gonna jump off. No, you got to get rid of that bitch. You know, that ain't cool, man. And another thing, a lot of these women like to make excuses for their weight gain. That's another thing. That's a big one. All of fat and obese women. No, let me tell you something. You got women out here that ain't never had a kid, and this bitch picked up weight and making excuses. Now I could see if she had a couple kids and she picked up some weight, and she's doing what she got to do to lose the weight, to go back down. Okay. But you got these lazy bitches, man, ain't never had a kid, and this bitch done gained 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds. And you ain't attracted to her no more. Or you telling her, hey, you need to lose weight. That shit ain't cool, man. You got a wide back. And she got an attitude like, well, you should accept me as I am. Bullshit. Let me tell you, ain't no man likes the woman. No man would like his woman gaining 50, 70, 80, 100 pounds. No man is going to be happy with that shit. That's bullshit. you know. And then check this out. Now, if you leave her for another bitch, that's the bitch will lose weight then. She'll lose weight then. You know why she'll lose weight? Because she know in order for her to get a new man, she had to lose weight. At least have a chance of getting a new man, she had to lose weight. And you have seen women do this bullshit. You've seen a man left a woman, and all of a sudden she magically loses the weight, you know, and he's been telling her to lose weight probably 5-10 years, and she wouldn't do it. But in a year, this bitch dropped 50 pounds within a year's time, magically, right? And you know why she didn't lose the weight with that guy? Well, she didn't give a fuck. She didn't care. She didn't care enough because she wasn't really into him like that for whatever reason. You know, she's mad, disrespectful all the time, ungrateful, and he left her for a young bitch. And that guy, he meets the other woman, the new woman, and everything just takes off for him. Everything got better. The relationship got better. He got better as a man. The more he started to make more money, he started getting more opportunities. And you know why? Because the new girl comes in with a different energy. Positive. Ain't no drama going on. She's healthy. She ain't sick. You know, she ain't got some independent way of thinking going on, all this other bullshit. She's thinking like she see the big picture. She understands that this is a team sport we're playing here. This is not, we're not sitting around thinking about the next vacation spot she wants to go, or the next purse she wants to buy at the mall, or some bullshit like that, or the next girl trip she wants to go to. No, she's not even thinking about them damn broads. She's thinking about her man and the family and where this ship is about to go, and how and how fast is it going to take for the ship to pick up steam, and who we got to meet and where we got to go to make some shit happen. That's what the smart woman is thinking about. She's thinking about, how can I take what my man has and take it to the next level? That's what the smart woman is thinking about. She ain't got time to be taking no damn girl trip, going to Jamaica or some fucking island out in the Caribbean, hanging with these loser ass hoes. She ain't got time. She's thinking about, hey, I gotta strategize and come up with a plan so me and my man can have kids, have a family, and pass some shit down to our kids so they can have a leg up in this society, so they won't have to go through all the bullshit that we had to go through. That's what the smart woman is thinking about, God damn it. That's what the smart woman is thinking about. Smart woman ain't got no damn, they ain't thinking about no girlfriends like that. You know what I'm saying? And there's no benefit hanging with a bunch of women in the first place. Where is the benefit of hanging with a bunch of women? I've asked women this. Where is the benefit? Them hoes ain't gonna take care of you. Women don't pay bills for other women. And women don't look out for other women like that. But where is the benefit? The women, they'll fuck your man. I guess that's the benefit. They'll do that. But then women don't look out for guys. Women don't look out for other women like guys do. They don't. They got some girl power. It ain't no girl power. As yeah, a lot of women get exploited and used and abused today more than ever. And you know who they get used and abused and exploited by? The big businesses, corporate America. They get used by corporate America more today than ever before. And you know how they justify it? Oh, it's okay. I got paid. So they can take pictures of me butt naked and, put me in the videos and help me entertain people as much as I want. I got paid. Yeah, bitch. But what happens when the money dry up? You ain't gonna, more than likely, she ain't gonna invest the money properly. She gonna just, the money, as fast as the money come in, the bitch is spending the shit. Cause she ain't got no man around. So a lot of women don't know how to navigate out in these streets without a man. They get exploited and used and abused. Guys come in, everybody gets a turn, man and the woman. She laid up with a man, with men and women. And every time somebody come in, they leaving with a bag. So if you're a single woman out here that's doing pretty well, kudos to you. Because a lot of women out here, yeah, they might have a decent paying job, but they getting used and abused. Every once in a while, I'll meet a woman and I say, yeah, she got her shit together. You know what I'm saying? But the majority of the time, man, a lot of these women, man, get used and abused, man. They don't know, they they don't have the street smarts, and they don't know how to pick up, they can't pick up on some shit that might not be going right. They think everybody's cool and everybody like them. And I'm like, yo, they invite everybody over at the house, people that they barely know. No, man, come on. You know, and then as soon as some shit go down, as soon as she needs some help, everybody disappear. Or she lose her job, everybody disappear. And I'd be like, yo, you never had no friends in the first place. Yeah, there's a lot of women out there that's like that. They confuse their job with success. Having a job doesn't make you successful, in my opinion. You might disagree with that, but that's my opinion. You can't pass down a job to your kids. I mean, like if you lose your job Monday morning, you're done. Your income is over. Hopefully you got some money saved, but you have no more income from that company. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. So having a job, that's not success to me. That's not freedom. That's not freedom. I don't know. I think a lot of women are delusional today, more than ever, and a lot of them are probably very unhappy today more than ever, especially if they live in a big city. Because living in a big city, a lot of these people can't afford to live in these big cities. They just struggling and doing all this wild, crazy shit, doing something strange for a piece of change. They just basically trying to make rent in a lot of these big cities like New York, LA, Chicago, Miami, Houston, Atlanta. It's become so damn expensive to live. Most people are struggling to live in these places. They can't really afford it, but hey, they want to stay there because of the nightlife. You know what I'm saying? Instead of moving to a smaller city where you can save money, don't have to worry about the rat race, and be able to take the little bit of money left over and and invest it into something, or invest the money into yourself so you can have another skill set. Or maybe you don't got no skill set, but invest the money in yourself to learn a new skill set. Instead of doing that shit, they'd rather stay in a big city and enjoy the nightlife, party and meeting all the hoes and all the bullshit. And then time go by, and every year you get poorer and poorer and more into debt. You know, that's usually how it go. You know, most of these women are doing, wild and crazy shit. You know, a lot of prostitution and renegade hoeing going on in with a lot of these women in these big cities. Women are doing scandalous shit because they don't have what they need. When people don't have what they need, they become very scandalous. You know? And even if you are a decent guy and you meet her, she ain't ready for a guy like you. She's not really in the position to be around a decent guy because she's in the struggle mode. And she might be a pretty decent person, but she's in struggle mode. That happens a lot. You know, that happens a lot, man. And I think you have to be raised to be a wife. I think that's the best way. I think if you're raised to be something else other than a wife, and you try to program yourself to become a wife, I think that's very difficult for most women. Now, I've seen some women, confess to Christ and get into religion to kind of like pray their way, pray the sins away. You know what I'm saying? Now, I've seen that work with a lot of women. I've seen that work with a lot of women, but it's still very difficult because you got to think about it like this. Some of these women in the church, they used to be whores before they got married. You know what I'm saying? Like you've seen a woman, every guy know a woman that's like this, where it's like she probably used to run them damn streets throughout all her 20s. And she got married when she was like 35 or some shit like that. And she's like, she don't run the streets no more with her husband. She don't do none of that shit. She totally flip-flop. She got into church and all that shit. Everybody's seen a woman to do this. But I'm telling you right now, it's very difficult. It's still a challenge for those types of women that's all in the religion, or maybe she's a Muslim or whatever. It's still a challenge for those types of women versus a woman that grew up. She was raised to be a wife. That's all she knows. All she knows is family. All she knows is how to serve the men in her family. She don't know nothing else. She don't know nothing but know how to start no business. In most cases, no. There's some do. All she knows is how to follow the leadership of men. That's all she knows. Now, can she learn to do other things? Yeah. But all she knows how to do is be a woman and to support and serve men. That's all she knows. You know what I'm saying? That woman is completely different from the woman that used to run the streets and converted it into Christianity or a Muslim or some shit like that, or a Mormon. Those are completely two different women. I've seen both work out for those women. But the woman that has to convert over to something else, it's a challenge for those women. That's all I'm saying. You know, it's a challenge. But you get to say how your relationships should be as a man. That's the good news. You can have any relationship with your woman as you want. You and her can basically do whatever you want. Your marriage, your relationship don't have to be like your parents. And her relationship don't have to be like her parents. You know what I'm saying? That's good news. You know, there's no right or wrong way, I would say, but it's really whatever y'all can handle. And you're the captain of the ship. You get to say what the last word is. I mean, your wife might have some good ideas, or your living girlfriend might have some good ideas. But at the end of the day, you're the captain of the ship. You know what I'm saying? That's how it should go. If the woman is the captain of the ship, now let me tell you what's going to happen. She's going to start doing things and justify it based on how she feels. And see, the problem with that is if everything is based on feelings all the time, well, that relationship is going to crash and burn. Because some days she going to like you. Some days she ain't going to like you. Some days she going to act like you a stranger. Some days she ain't going to feel like doing nothing. So that relationship going to crash and burn. You know what I'm saying? Everything can't be about how you feel all the time. Hell, I didn't, when I woke up, I wasn't happy. Everything is like, oh, I want to be happy all the time. Well, who the hell is happy all the time? Who said you're supposed to be happy all the time? Anyway, that's a fantasy world. This ain't Hollywood. This is real life out here that we live in. Most of us. Nobody's happy 24/7. So that's what the woman's going to say. I ain't happy today. I ain't happy with you. Well, shit, you weren't happy last night either. I wasn't happy yesterday either. So what? You still got to get up and take care of the kids and cook breakfast for the kids. And I got to take them to school. I don't feel like driving to school, but I got to take them because they got to go. I don't feel like driving, but hey, somebody got to take them. That's the difference between a man and a woman. You know, a woman, I don't feel like it. But just because you don't feel like it, I don't mean you shouldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be that type of shit. So that relationship is going to crash and burn eventually. Because it's going to be too much tension. If she's the decision maker, it's going to be too much confliction within herself. That's the problem with women being in a leadership position. If they don't like you, it's kind of like a good example of this is being on the job. And a woman is supervisor or manager. Boy, I think every guy has seen this at least once or heard about it. Where the woman is in a leadership position, it's chaos in that office. You got a bunch of women bickering, going back and forth, you know, and they don't necessarily have to argue, but the tension is there. You know what I'm saying? One woman says this and the other woman resent what the other woman says, and some of them are jealous, and you as the man is looking like these bitches crazy. You know? And if the woman don't like you as the man in the workplace, That ain't gonna work either. That ain't gonna last long. Now, if the opposite is true, if she do like you, oh, that's a great thing. That could go somewhere right there. That could last for a while. And a woman liking you or disliking you, or I would say this, how a woman feels about you in the workplace don't got nothing to do with your job skills or your job function. That don't got nothing to do with that. And see, her as in a leadership position on the job, she can't separate her feelings from your job description. She can't do it. Everything is all mixed in together. So that's why women in leadership positions are sometimes can be the worst. And it's the same with her in her relationships too. If the woman is the last one to make the final decision, man, that shit is not going to end well. I don't know how guys let women wear the pants in a relationship. I don't know how they let. Man, I don't know how they do that shit. Where they do that at? Man, I could never live with myself in a relationship like that. Let me tell you something. I've been all over the world in the military in all type of dangerous situations. I could have died and the people around me could have died. And now, if you think I'm going to come back after going through all that shit, putting my life on the line, whether I knew it or not. So if you think I'm going to come back to America and now I'm going to let a woman tell me what to do, and I got to listen to her, and she's the leader and she's wearing the pants. If you think I'm going to submit to that, you have lost your fucking mind. No way. I'm never going to be led by a woman. It ain't happening. You can call me a male chauvinist, whatever. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? This is how I was raised. This is how I was trained. This is what works. Men should lead and women should follow. That's it. And that doesn't make me better than a woman at all. But men and women are not equal. We're not the same. Everyone has to play their position. And that's it. And it's always been that way. And I don't think it's going to change anytime soon. At least not in our lifetime. And if it does change in our lifetime or after we perish, shit is going to hell. Because women are soft targets. That's just what it is. If once you leave North America and go to these other countries, you really see what I'm talking about. Because in these other countries, they don't pay women no attention like that. They might listen to what they're saying, but they'll look at, if there's a man and a woman, most people in these other countries, they approach the man first. Even here in America, most places, if there's a man and a woman walking together, and let's say you're meeting somebody's trying to sell you something, they'll approach the man first. Or if you're meeting like a business person as a couple somewhere, the man get approached first. That's usually how it go. I think a lot of people do it out of habit, you know what I'm saying, in North America. But in other countries, they understand like that this is a man's world. Shit. It just is what it is. A lot of women have a problem with that shit. A lot of women, they want to be in charge. Why? Why do you want to be in charge? And a lot of women want to do what they want to do. I'm being oppressed. Well, what do you want to do? Go out and do it. Whatever it is. Nobody's stopping you as a woman from doing whatever you want to do. Now, the problem is there's some shit you might be doing that turn a lot of guys off. They don't want to be around none of that shit that you're doing. But you can do whatever you want if you're a woman. Ain't nobody holding you back. You can do whatever. If you want to run through 50 guys, go out and do it. If you want to get a job and make a bunch of money, go out and do it. If you want to start a company, go out and do it. Ain't nobody holding you back as a woman. If you want to be a stripper, go out and do it. Ain't nobody holding you back. Now, you might say that, but you don't accept me as I am. Oh well. That's on you. All of us make choices. We got free will. All of us got free choice at the end of the day. The choices we make, we have to be responsible for them. You can't do whatever you want to do, then turn around and not be held accountable for the choices that you made before you met me. You know what I'm saying? It don't work that way. But you can do whatever you want to do as a woman. You can eat all the food you want and get fat. And now you less attractive to a lot of guys. The guys might smash, but they ain't gonna wife you up if you're too big. But you can't get mad, you too big. And you got ran through too many times. But you can't get mad. And then you might, well, how do you know if I got ran through too many? Man, we can tell. And most guys that's been around, done seen some shit, they know if you got a lot of bodies on you. That's how you act. You give it off. Most of the time. Or your body might be guy might fall in that motherfucker. I mean, a lot of us know if you've been ran through. We don't gotta talk to nobody. You know what I'm saying? If your shit is wide open, well, goddamn. Unless you had a baby. But if you ain't had no baby and your shit is loose as a goose, well, you probably had too many guys run up in you. And don't have bad hygiene. Oh man, that's like the killer of death. Whew. At least for me anyway. It's nothing worse than a woman that got bad hygiene. I'm telling you. That'll destroy everything. Everything I thought about her is gone once I get a bad scent on her. Everything I thought about her, I forget I don't care how she look. If she smells, it's over. I may as well leave immediately because it ain't gonna work. Ever gonna work. No, even if I'm drinking, it still ain't gonna work. I won't be able to get over that event of having, bad hygiene. I'm scarred. That bitch scarred me. But that's just me though. You might be different. There's some guys, bad cooch. Smelly cooch don't bother some guys. I don't like it. If a woman is musky, I don't like that shit. She got to smell good, look good, talk good, be like a breath of fresh air around me. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. And when it's time to go out, there's lights, cameras, and action. Let's go. Let's do this, girl. You know what it is. We're going to go out and make something happen tonight. Or we're going to go out to this event and make something happen. We're going to be better off than we was before we left. That's what I'm talking about. She has to be one of them type of chicks like that. She can see what I'm doing, and she can throw gasoline on top of it and take what I'm doing to the next level. That's what type of woman you want around you. Like that. It could be something simple as she made a phone call. Somebody and introduce you to somebody. Or she connected with somebody on the spot and introduce you. Same day. Or maybe she built a relationship over time with somebody and connected you with somebody. That's what I'm talking about. I ain't talking about no anti-social woman where she don't get along with a bunch of people. She got a bunch of drama going on. Or the hood chicks. I ain't talking about what's the damn chick name? Sexy Red. I ain't talking about Sexy Red. Not the Sexy Red types. Them hood chicks like that. No, you can't build nothing with that. A Suki with the good coochie. You can't build nothing with that. What the hell I'm gonna do with a hood chick like that? Bitch got tattoos everywhere on her face, all over the goddamn place. Tattoos on the chest, face, every goddamn legs, everywhere. What I'm gonna do with a woman like that? I don't even call her a woman. What I'm gonna do with a female like that? I take that bitch back home and they'll be looking at me like I'm crazy. I be like, oh, what the fuck you brought this? What you brought this wild animal back to my house for? My aunt, that's what my aunt will be saying. If I took somebody like Suki with a good coochie back home with me, if I took one of them type of females back home with me to my aunt house or my sister house, they'd be like, why you brought this wild animal back here? This bitch fool. That's not gonna work. And see, when you have women like that around you, them hood chicks, guys won't respect you. Guys won't respect you. This is why they don't respect Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson doesn't get respect because of Sierra. Now, Sierra does look good, but she's ratchet. She's ratchet. And that's the hood rats. Like I said earlier, Sierra is the hood rat dream. But she's ratchet. The guys don't respect Russell. It's because of Sierra. It's because of Sierra. That's why the Sierra looks good. She got money. She's good entertainer. But dudes don't respect Russell because of Sierra. And they probably don't like how they don't like how she's acting. They probably don't like how Russell's being treated. Just on the outside looking in. You know what I'm saying? Some of the stuff they put on social media. A lot of guys don't like that shit. That's why Russell don't get respect. You know what I'm saying? But that's a hood rat's dream. You can't use Sierra and Russell situation as like the blueprint. That's not going to work for most women. That's not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how it go in the real world. You know, that's why you need to leave a women dumping them makes them better. I don't know. That's whatever. It forces them to change. I disagree. I think women like to be lied to. Well, some of them do. The lies work better for some on some women. That's true. That happens. Just depends on who you're dealing with. But women might not like the truth. It might be hard to take initially, but they have to respect you in the long run. Think about it like that. Now, if you tell a woman the truth about something that's on your mind, you're not gonna get a positive response initially. But over time, she'll show you respect. She don't have to like it though. You know what I'm saying? That's if you looking for a woman to be all positive about something that's really real to you, that's coming out of your mouth, initially, if you're looking for a positive response, that's probably not gonna happen. No. But over time, couple days, couple weeks, she's gonna be like, look, you know what? At least he had the balls. At least he was man enough to tell me. Even though I don't like it. I might not be down with it. But at least he was honest. He had the courage to tell me the truth. What he was feeling, what he wants to do, what direction he wants to go in this relationship, etc. Women, they respect that shit. Now, the only woman that don't respect that shit is the broken woman. The broken bitch, no, she loved the lies. Yeah. Facts. One woman I date now. Design my company logo without me asking. Customers love it. Got to have a woman who builds you up. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about, Chef NYK. That's what I'm talking about. You can't have people around you just chilling on the sideline watching you work and ain't really trying to do shit. You can't really, let me tell you something. When you get older, when you get in your 40s, you can't really afford to be around people just chilling. Because see, when you get to your 40s, you realize that you really don't have a lot of friends anyway. So you can't really afford to be hanging around people that's just chilling. We just hanging. You can't really afford to be doing that shit. This goes for friendships. Just across the board. You can't really afford to have people around you like that. People, it's cool when it's time to hang out and drink and party and shit. But when it's time to get into some real shit, everybody disperse. Can't do it. I don't know. That type of bullshit. No, you can't afford to be around people like that. No. You can't afford. If you got a woman that her attitude is like, oh, I don't know nobody. When you need some help with something, I don't know nobody that can help you with that. And you know she know people, but all of a sudden she's playing dumb. Cut that bitch the fuck off. I've ran into women that were like that in the past, where they know everybody when we all first met, but over a couple months go by, couple weeks, couple months, a year or two go by, and I come up with a new idea, and I say, hey, what about such and such? You know anybody that can help me with this and that? Yo, I don't know nobody. And the bitch was a liar. I knew she knew somebody because she told me when I first met her that she knew people that were in that line of work. But now all of a sudden she don't know nobody. And I cut that bitch the fuck off. I don't play that shit. I don't play that. You the dumbest person in the world now. No, I cut her ass the fuck off. I don't care. I don't care how she look. I don't care how good the sex is. No. No, I don't play that. And you should not tolerate that. You know, all the sex is sex. Well, find another bitch. Sex that's a given, bro. It's ain't nothing. Ain't nothing. You can find another girl for that. if that's if that's so important to you, you know what I'm saying? You really want both. You want the woman that's loving, caring, nurturing, supportive, and good sex. That's what you want. You know, if cooking and all that shit, you can get all that shit in one woman. And she's a good motherly figure. She's somebody that can raise your kids. You don't have to worry about the kids. You know, turning out fucked up and that shit. There's women out here that's like that. It's not a lot. The pickings are slim today. But there's some women that are willing to follow a man's leadership. They out here. They out here. And most women you're gonna meet are for the streets. Most women you're gonna meet, they're just basic broads. Basic bitch, like some people like to say. They're just basic. Just like most guys. Most guys are basic. I believe basic broads and basic dudes should be together. They're a good match. But the basic guy, he just wants to work a 40-hour week job and come home, watch TV, go to the football game, or look at the football game every Sunday, go to the bar and do the same shit over come Monday morning. He's a basic dude. He ain't ambitious. He don't know how to do shit. All he know how to do is work his job. And there's a woman out here that's for that guy. They need to stay together. They make a good couple. The basic broad wouldn't work for me. No, that wouldn't work for me. No, I've tried it a couple of times. That didn't work. And see, a lot of women today, they have a hard time trying to level up to a certain guy's standards. The ambitious guy, a lot of women have a hard time trying to level up because there's a lot that comes along with being with a guy that has a lot of ambition. A lot of women have a hard time being with a guy like that. They say they want a guy with ambition and a guy that's in the spotlight, a guy that's well known. They say they want a guy that make a lot of money. That's what they say until they get them, and they be like, "This is just too much. I'm exhausted. I'm tired. He want too much. He be doing too much. He be gone all the time. He wants me to go to these events, meet all these people. I'm tired." Well, maybe this ain't for you. That's what it takes sometimes. I'm uncomfortable with this. Well, I'm uncomfortable with a lot of things, but I do it anyway. Because I won't have to do it later. You got to do what you got to do for a short period of time so you won't have to do it no more. Now, if you do what makes you uncomfortable, eventually it becomes comfortable to you and you be way ahead of everybody. Most people. Because most people are not willing to do what's uncomfortable. A lot of women aren't willing to deal with that. There's a lot comes along with being with a guy that's like that. The basic broad ain't trying to be with a guy like that. She can't cut it. She wants to go back hanging with her girlfriend, going in the mall and shit. She ain't really down with all that shit. That's too much. As long as she had her job working at the office, some shit like that, or working at the restaurant, she good. She ain't really trying. She can go to the club every Friday and drink and party and dance and all that shit. That's all the basic broad want. She ain't really trying to make a bunch of money and trying to have a family like that. She's thinking about her lifestyle and how she can go and have fun with her girlfriends and people at the job that she hang out with and shit like that. Yeah, that's what the basic broad is doing. The basic broad is not even trying to move up in her job like that. She probably been working at that job 5-10 years and ain't got promoted at all. And don't know how to do it. The basic broad thinks that it's all about working hard at the job. She really thinks that if she works hard at the job, she should get promoted. She haven't figured it out yet. He ain't smart enough to figure it out. It takes more than just job skills to get promoted. You know? So that type of chick, that won't work for me. No, that'll work for a guy that's this a regular dude, basic dude. That'll work for him. That woman will work. They'll have fun, go out, party all the time. But I tell you what, when it's time to have kids, or if something happens, they'll be struggling financially. And they'll be arguing, bickering, going back and forth. You know, she's stressed out because there ain't enough money coming in, and one of them is spending too much money. The credit card is off the charts. He's struggling to pay her credit cards, and he's struggling to pay his credit card, and he didn't know that she overspent when they went on a trip out of town, and all the bullshit that happens with the basic broad. You know, the basic broad don't focus on making extra money. The basic broad, she'll put all the she'll leave that up to the guy. You know, the basic bitch will put all the responsibility on the guy. You know, financially, she'll leave it all up to him, let him take care of it, while she stand on the sideline and do nothing. And when even check this out, it's even get worse. Even if she sees the guy making progress, trying to do some shit, she'll get jealous of him. Which doesn't make no goddamn sense, you know, because the basic broad feels like she's better than him for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? And she's better than him. And that's one of the main reasons why she won't help him do shit. She thinks she's better than him. She thinks she's supposed to be in that position. She's supposed to be getting the shine that he's getting. You know what I'm saying? And so it's that type of shit. And the reason why the guy doesn't go very far or accomplish very much in life because the basic broad is dead weight. If he got rid of her ass, shit might take off. You never know, you know? So you got to be careful with the company you keep. You know, you got to be careful. It takes time to get to know people. It takes time. Just because a woman look good and smell good and dress good, that don't mean she's good for you. You got to test that bitch out. Run her through the ringer and see if she's down with your program. And you can do that real fast. All you got to do is take her around some people that you don't know. Take her around people that she don't know. Take her around people that you do know. And take her out of town. You really see do that like 2 or 3 times. And you have a pretty good idea what you got. You have a pretty good idea. And then go see her parents. And who her parents is a reflection of her. And then after that, who's she hanging around? What do she have any friends? What type of girlfriend she got? What type of boyfriend she got? What they call it? Play brother and all that bullshit. What type of play brother she got? Or guys, it's my friend. What type of play brother, all that bullshit? I don't believe in none of that bullshit. You know? I don't believe in none of that play brother shit. But that's how you get to know her. That's how you get to know a woman. Who's she hanging around? What's her family like? All that shit. And what has she accomplished since she's been living? Boy, that's gonna be a big one right there. Do she start and finish? Do she start and finish? Or do she start and quit? Does she have a pattern of starting and quitting? If she has a pattern of starting and quitting a lot of things, that's a red flag. Start, quit. That's a red flag right there. That's a big red flag. Big red flag. You know. That's a big red flag. You know. What up, Ben? They say, yeah, you think you know someone after 23. It's sad, bro. When you're in your 20s like that, most people, you're still trying to get to know yourself. If you're like 23, if you're in your early 20s, you really don't know who you are. I say by the time you in your late 20s, most people, they start to grasp on who they are as a person. Yeah, I don't think any man should be in a serious relationship in the early 20s. No. I think a man should get married like 35. 35 or later. You know what I'm saying? Because you really don't know enough, in my opinion. You don't really have enough. You really don't know who you are in the 20s, and you don't have enough life experience. And you're not really set up to handle a lot of what comes along with being in a long-term relationship, like being married. When you get married in the 20s like that. And you barely know, you really don't know who you are at 23, you know? So I feel like that's too early to get in a serious relationship. 35 or better. By the time you hit 30s, you kind of figure out, okay, I know what this shit is about. I don't know everything, but you know enough to, okay, I know what I like to do. I know where I want to go. I know how to get started. You don't have to know everything, but you pretty much got a sense of direction and what you want to do, where you want to go, what kind of money you want to make. And it's good to know, it's more important how you make money versus how much money you make. Because if you're doing something that you hate, even though it might be a bunch of money, you're gonna be miserable. So it's much more important how you make the money more than anything. If you make a lot, if you like how you make money and you make a bunch of money, that's great. That's great. But if you make a bunch of money and you don't like how you make the money, oh, you're gonna be miserable. And that's gonna destroy your spirit. That's gonna tear you down mentally and physically. You're gonna get old fast, you're gonna age out, you're gonna be depressed. You might end up losing every goddamn thing. You might get sick, all that shit. But if you like what you're doing, you like how you make money, you got friends and family, people you like being around and all that shit, that's good. That's gonna make you gonna keep a good vibe. That's gonna make you happy. Um, you know, you get more sex. Everything gets better. You know, everything gets better. You know, more sex, more money, better relationships, better friends, everything. You know, every as long if you're in a good vibe, positive energy, people around you, everything gets better. Everything gets better. You name it. More money, more sex, better relationships, better friends, more opportunities, whatever, you name it. I'm talking from my experience, by the way. This is not some theory or something I made up. And you'll attract your tribe, so to speak. You'll attract people that what's understood don't have to be explained. You know what I'm saying? It'll be like that a lot of times. Not all the time, but a lot of times. It's going to be like that. You know, you'll meet people and you'll be like, I don't even know why this bitch like me. But she got a good vibe and we have a nice conversation. So I'm going to see where this shit go. You know what I'm saying? Then all of a sudden this bitch she'll see what you're doing and she'll be like, oh, I can help you with that. You know, it'll start little shit like that. It might not happen fast either. It usually happens slowly but surely. Yeah, and you got to always remember how people come in is usually how they leave. How people come in is how they leave. Always keep that in mind. I think they said it in the Bible too. My mom told me that, but how people come in is usually how they leave. So in other words, if it takes you a long time to get to know somebody, they usually end up being around for a long time. maybe for the rest of your life. You know them in some type of they'll be around you in some type of way. They might not be your wife or your husband, but they'll be around in some type of way. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you meet somebody and you get to know them, and shit happens fast, y'all sleep with each other like the next day. Everything happens fast all the goddamn time. It's like 100 miles and running type shit. Dumb relationships usually don't pan out. They usually don't last. Usually don't. Based on my experience. They just usually don't last. You know? I don't know why, but they usually don't last. And what usually happens is people start doing shit without thinking. And then once you get to know the person, couple months, couple weeks, couple months go by, and you be like, we really ain't got nothing in common. Outside of sex, we don't really got nothing in common. We don't really make a good match. We really don't have, outside of sex, we really not compatible like that. Yeah, she showed me a good time, but that's about it. You know? Yeah, she might look good. She's flashy. You know, she look good, smell good. You know? But we really we're really not compatible. We don't have the same morals, the same values. The shit she cares about, I don't care about. Things she put a lot of effort in, I don't. I'm a family guy. She's not. She's more of a lifestyle person. She don't really see value in friendships or see value in family. That's not on her priority. Family is not that important to her. It is to me. So, you know, the values is different. And it's not right or wrong. You know, some people, they have different values. Family is not important for a lot of people. And that has a lot to do with how they grew up. Just like it has a lot to do with how I grew up. Family and friendships is important to me. You know? Especially the people that earn my respect. You know what I'm saying? They done something that was priceless. Where it's like, I can never forget that shit. If they call right now and be like, yo, I don't know, whatever. I wouldn't even think twice about it. You know what I'm saying? But to some people, that don't mean shit to them. Somebody can done something for them like a year ago, 5 years ago. They don't give a shit. They'll just move on and act like shit didn't happen. Like, see, if somebody done something to help me out or a favor, whatever you want to call it, they did what they did regardless, whether I asked or didn't ask, right? I don't forget that shit. I don't forget that shit. And if they ever need anything or want anything, and if I know I can help, it's a done deal. But there's other people who don't see it that way. Someone can do for them, help them out, and when the shit swings back around, they'll see that that person needs some help, and they can help them. They won't do it. They won't reciprocate. And I'm not saying they should do it or shouldn't do it, but I'm saying I would do whatever I could do to help out, because I don't forget what people done for me in the past. That's just me. I don't see it as right or wrong, though. But I hang around people that just think just like me. I hang around people that think the way I do when it comes to situations like that. Now, do I think they have the same relationship with other people like they do me? No. No, I know that's not true. But I know the relationship they have with me. That's all I know. I don't know how it is with anybody else, but I know it ain't the same. I know that. I know better than that. You know what I'm saying? I understand that. But it is what it is, man. I talk about a lot of this stuff in my books. Boss Life Secrets and Love Can't Wait, which can be found on Amazon.com, man. You know what I'm saying? I talk about a lot of this stuff in my books, man. You know what I'm saying? And I talk about a lot of this stuff on my Patreon as well. So if you like what you heard here tonight, get my books, Love Can't Wait and Boss Life Secrets, on Amazon.com. You know what I'm saying? So share this episode, and I'm out. Peace.
Alright. Just got the call, it's going down tonight. It's a lot of goodbyes here tonight, but then I saw the sky and that I like. Here from God.